This is Afternoon Sports Slay with the Queen, Micah K. Now remember, I'm doing this for the love of the game. This is Basketball Wine Wednesdays. I'm sipping on something a little new. It's called Late Nights, alright? It's also a Michigan brand, St. Julian brands as well, just like Sweet Revenge. Now, it's not as good as Sweet Revenge, but it definitely has a really good flavor. So where are my ladies? Where are my fellas at? Make sure you tap in, especially after work. Get you some wine, relax, and watch some sports talk with the Queen. Now, how are you guys doing, all my slayers and slayers? I appreciate your support, making sure that you tap in each and every week, every Wednesday. Now, how y'all feel about the month of February? It kind of went by fast. I'm just glad it's getting warmer outside, okay? Now, you know the deal. This is Micah Moments. We have a lot of tweets to unpack, so let's get into it. We are going to start first with the NBA All Star tweets. Then we're going to transition into a very important tweet about black head coaches. So let's get into it. The first tweet is from Christian Wood at ChristianWood_5. His bio says, just wait. Now, he said casuals. Just a really simple tweet. Now, don't forget when C. Wood told Shaq he was a casual because Shaq wasn't as familiar with his game. Alright, so I thought that was very funny. Now, if you are not familiar with C. Wood, he used to play for the Detroit Pistons, okay? I got the opportunity to interview him a couple times. He was very nice, very respectful, always allowed me to get an interview with him, so salute. Even though he didn't know, truly who I was, listen, he definitely allowed me to do the interview, so I thought that was very nice of him. And he was always respectful. Once again, salute. Now, one thing I love about C. Wood, I love his progression and I love his work ethic on the court. He constantly is all about improvement. Now, Wood is a power forward / center. He's 6'10". His average right now is 22 points per game plus 10 rebounds per game. Now, very, very good. Let's get into this second tweet. It says, male with a heart, DeMar DeRozan's biggest fan at DeRozan XX. Now, bio says at Raptors and at DeMar DeRozan enthusiast at Spurs. Now, this is a woman's Twitter account, okay? She just changed her Abby to DeMar DeRozan. Now, she also has her own YouTube channel. Make sure you tap into that. Go subscribe and support her. I'm all about uplifting women. Her YouTube channel is called Male Latino, okay? Now, let's get into her tweet. It says, All-Star games suck because someone always going to be unhappy. Always too many snubs and too many players who deserve it. That is true. It always feels like it's one or two players in particular that don't get the just due. And if you put in that work, you definitely want to have that recognition. Now, let's get into the third tweet. Clutch Points at Clutch Points app. Bio changing how you follow sports. They really have some good information. All right. This year's biggest All Star Snubs. It says Devin Booker, Trae Young, Domantas Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, Tobias Harris, DeMar DeRozan, Mike Conley, Fred VanVleet, Russell Westbrook, and Chris Middleton. Okay, now let's get into these Devin Booker tweets. Most people, like myself, definitely feel like we are highly disappointed that Devin Booker got snubbed. Now, the fourth tweet is from at SREEKY Shooter. I cannot pronounce that name, so I'm just spelling it. So it's SREEKAR. The bio is, this one time a homeless dude chased me, but then we got Jamba Juice and talked about Whitney Houston. He/him. Okay, I love that bio. It also says, I take photos sometimes. IG shots by SREEKAR. Once again, that's how you spell it. Now, the reason why I absolutely love his bio, I was very intrigued, it led me to it, is because he said something about Whitney Houston. Okay, if you are really close with me, you know that Whitney Houston is my favorite all-time singer. Okay, let's get into his tweet. I also like his background with the old school car in the back. I just like his Twitter page, his bio, how everything is set up. Really cute. Okay, now his tweet says, for years people said Devin Devin Booker didn't win enough to be an all-star, and now that he's winning a whole lot of games while still averaging 25 on 50% field goal and 38% three-point shooting, they got him behind a 20-year-old Zion from a 13-17 Pelican squad. I see how it is. Now, I got a lot of love for Zion, but I understand what he meant by that tweet. Definitely with Devin Booker and his stats. Now, let's get into some more Devin Booker tweets. This fifth tweet is from CBS Sports HQ at CBS Sports headquarters. The bio says news, highlights, stats, gambling, free 24 sports news network, stream it live. Devin Booker, if you're not familiar, is a shooting guard / small forward. Devin Booker's last 10 games, 27.2 points per game, 5.1 assists per game, 4.4 rebounds per game, 54.5 field goal percentage, and 46 as far as the 3-point percentage. The Suns are 9-1 in that stretch, so that is excellent. Let's get into another tweet regarding Devin Booker. The sixth tweet is from @StatMoose. Now, I love StatMoose. They are very informative. Whoever runs that account does an excellent job giving us information. The bio says, search StatMoose, save time, submit stats by DM to get featured. Devin Booker in the month of February. Here's the tweet. It says 26.8 points per game, 4.1 rebounds per game, 4.5 assists per game. Then it has 53/44/88%. The Suns have won 12 of the last 14 games. Once again, Devin Booker has been putting in that work. Let's get into another tweet from @StatMoose. It says Sabonis is the first player in NBA history to average 20, 10, and 5 and not make an all-star team. This was submitted by @hoop_statistics. Now, let's get into the biggest all-star snubs in the East and West. In my opinion, what the queen feels in her heart. In the East, I would definitely have to say Sabonis and Trae Young. Let's get into Trae's stats, It says his stats is 26.9 points per game and 9.5 assists. Now, for the West, for me, it would definitely have to be Devin Booker. And just like Brian said, he said Booker is the most disrespected in the league, and I definitely agree with that. Then a close second would have to be DeMar DeRozan. Now, let's take a sip really quickly because listen, nobody wants to feel like, nobody wants to feel like they're not getting recognized, especially when you are putting a lot of hard work in. And so we know as adults, when we're doing a lot, we want to make sure that, we are recognized. It might not always go our way, but listen, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, you want people to, know and feel like you are appreciated. So let's take a sip. Now, let's get into this last and final tweet. This is a very serious tweet. This is a very serious topic for me because I am a black woman. And when you're talking about the NBA, it is a black, male-dominated league as far as when you're talking about race. So let's touch on the fact about black head coaches in the NBA. Now, this tweet is from Mark J. Spears. His bio says, senior NBA writer for ESPN's The Undefeated, LSU-MA, SUBA, co-author, NYT recommended Spencer Haywood rulebook, co-producer Katrina Kopp in the Superdome doc. Now it says, the tweet, shaking my head, black coaches and at Carl Towns react to the Timberwolves passing over David Vanderpool. And it also says Minnesota's decision to hire Raptors Chris Finch left many disappointed. Then it has a link. Now let's get into the quote. It says, it's typical of the black coaching experience in the NBA. They use your skill set during the difficult times, but when it's time to reward you with an opportunity, they always seem to find a reason to not, and then expect you to continue to be the good soldier, end quote. And this is a black NBA head coach via Mark J. Spears. Now, that is very significant because listen, as you know, basically I know being a black man in the NBA, all right, you should definitely feel more appreciated. And we know being being black in this world, there's a thing called systematic racism, okay? Systematic racism. And what all we saying is, give us our just due, give us the opportunities that we deserve. Do not use us and mistreat us. And one person in particular that I can think of would definitely have to be Mark Jackson. Now, I don't know if he still wants to have a coaching job because he does commentating, but that is somebody who was an excellent coach, who created a system with the Warriors, put in so much work, time, and effort, and still never got another coaching job. And I definitely feel like he definitely should have had another opportunity. But I understand there's certain other layers, and there is politics. But I just had to bring that tweet to the light, to all my slayers and slayers, to everybody that's tapped into the NBA, who also, wants to, see what's going on, in particular with black coaches and how they are being treated. Now, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, and hit that notification bell. Now, before I go, I was just on 2 podcasts. Go check out my guest host appearance on the Boxing Voice. Salute to Ness, salute to the Boxing Voice. I appreciate them. Hopefully I can come on more. I really enjoyed myself. That was the episode from Tuesday. That was February the 23rd at 9 a.m. And the title is the Edgar Berlanga versus Deadman Nicholson. I will definitely share the link up under my YouTube bio. Basically, that link, that arrow you hit. Then go check out the Coolest Lanes podcast. That should be dropping today through Friday. So I have been putting in that work. Trust me, I have so much more in store. I got some things that I'm going to be dropping soon. So make sure you are on the lookout for the queen. Remember, I'm doing this for the love of the game. Once again, hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that notification bell. It's definitely more on the way. And this is Afternoon Sports Slay. I'm out.